Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to a special edition of the Cross Canada Cycling Adventure. We wanted to talk to you about why we're crossing the country by bicycle. Some of you understand the appeal of cycle touring. Some of you think we're crazy. And certainly,
we love you all.
Yeah. Certainly some of the people we meet on the side of the road are excited for us, thrilled for us, and some of them think we're crazy, and that's okay. But there's a whole bunch of reasons why we're doing it, and one of them is why we're doing it now, but we'll get to that a little bit later. One, Shannon really likes the physical challenge.
Yes. And I drag Marco along with me, and
yeah.
He's up for it too.
Yeah, I'm up for it too. But, we like traveling. We like the idea of traveling without burning fuel. It's nice to be able to cross the country and the only fuel we burn is to boil our water for our coffee or make our coffee. What other reasons are there?
Well, it's been on a bucket list for a long time for me. I have a memory back from when I was about 10, when my aunt's sister cycled across the country. That would have been in the 70s. A lot different now, but I always thought, wow, that would be so cool. I would love to do that someday. So it's always been in the back of my mind. And carving out 3 months to do it was a little tough until now, and retiring. So those are some of my reasons, I guess.
Yeah, we've talked about it a long time. It's always been sort of back there, and since we've been married, about doing it someday.
Yep.
And then 15 years ago or so, we were lucky enough to spend a big chunk of the year in Europe with our kids, who were quite young at the time, but sometimes we only had bicycles for like a month or a month and a half, and that's how we got around everywhere. And it kind of inspired the idea of cycle touring as a family, which we then did in 2014 in New Zealand with the kids who were 15 and 12 at the time. And then we knew for sure that we wanted to do cross Canada as a major trip someday.
Yeah, it's such a great way to really experience the landscape, the people,
yeah,
the wind, the weather,
yeah,
everything.
You see everything, you smell everything, you feel everything, you hear everything. We hear the birds as we go along and the frogs, and you know, you just don't get that when you're traveling by car. So yeah, that part of it is amazing. But we retired, and we're kind of young.
We like to think
we're not independently wealthy, but we're kind of young still. We're not, some of us are closer to 60 than others, but an event, a sad and tragic kind of event happened that kind of solidified the whole thing.
Yeah, so about 4 years ago, my brother was diagnosed with cancer. He was 2 years older than me, and he passed away 2 years ago. And so that was a bit of inspiration to get out and do the things that you always wanted to do and never took the time to do. He didn't get that chance at the end, and so it was a bit of this trip is really in tribute to him. He was a cycle tourist too, a little more casual about it.
Yeah.
But he and my Aunt Pam did several trips over in Europe, many trips over in Europe. And so I know that he understood the joy of cycle touring as well. So part of this is like I said, in tribute to him, but also just to accomplish the things you really want to do when you can.
Yeah. So we have the time, the health, and the ability, the freedom to do it. So we said now's the time before it's too late and we regret it.
Yep.
So people ask us when they see us, are you raising money for anything? And we say no, it's a bucket list thing. We don't go into all the details, but if you have a cancer society or a cancer organization near you, or that you support, or a hospital that you support, we encourage you to do that. Yeah, that's it. We encourage you to support that, and we encourage you to find your reason to ride. It doesn't have to be across the country, but whatever it is you've been putting off, go ahead and do it. Make it happen.
You can do anything you want if you put your mind to it.
Absolutely. These last few days have proved it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.